Hate is not always a visible, violent act.
She watched an apparent group of neo-Nazis gather, shout, and spew hate towards members of the LGBTQ+ and transgender community.
Hate in its simplest form is apathy.
From major neo-Nazi festivals that draw extremists from across the continent to smaller underground gigs that act as a vital social hub for local far-right networks.
Hate has played a role in my life, and it's been going on for centuries before me.
Killing at least 41 men, women, and children.
A tragic day in the city of Pittsburgh, a mass shooting apparently driven by hate at a synagogue in Squirrel Hill.
Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us!
Bias factoring into the workplace comes in decisions that people make, in actions that they take, the way they treat other people in the workplace. All those things have tremendous impact on both the success of an individual in the workplace, and they have an impact on the success of the organization, although many times it's not clear to the organization how those biases are holding back the success of the organization.
This is an example where a company recruited heavily to really hire me. I got there, and it was really clear after a month or so being there, and I got through all of my training, that my peers were going to lunch on a regular basis and not including me. One day I'm sitting down with my manager, and I remember saying to him, I said, boy, I'm really struggling with how to connect with the team because they're having lunch, and I'm in business meetings with them throughout the day, because those were most of my meetings. I said, but they won't include me in their lunch. He says, we've never hired a black person into the executive ranks before. You're the first, and we don't really know what to do with you.
How do you get people with really different perspectives and realities to connect? And that's what anti-bias is about. It's getting to know people and getting to break down those stereotypes. It's personal connections, and it's doing programming. I know there was the Breaking Bread programming. So you come to something, I'd like to do that, and I'd like to bring a friend. And the idea that there will be people there who might have different perspectives or different cultures.
There's no other program in this community that I'm aware of that really brings people together around the idea and the concept of breaking bread.
We're really trying to bring together people of very disparate backgrounds and beliefs into one space where they have the opportunity to learn, and there's our education pillar.
The Break Bread program was amazing because it was the Jewish community and the black community coming together, and we were baking bread together and also talking about our life and our experiences and a lot of things that we have in common.
There's nothing like the Youth Ambassador program in Rochester. And these teenagers are really impressive in what they've done, what they've taken on.
The Youth Ambassador Council does a lot with engaging with the community, doing presentations, some pertaining to bullying as hate-based practice or educational historical presentations.
We really put the ownership with the youth. Anything that we've done so far, whether it be our community engagement activities, whether it be the workshops we do, whether it be the trainings that we design for the young people, they all come from the minds of the young people.
To me, the Levine Center has really honestly changed my view of our world and provided me so many opportunities and given me so much knowledge, really.
I feel like I've grown a lot in the 2.5 years I've been a youth ambassador. I've met so many people, I've learned so much about the broader Rochester community, and I think really where I found most of the value is in my colleagues, and we're all so different in so many ways, and we bring so much to the table. It's been a really great opportunity to meet with government officials in New York. It's very nice to know that our voices are heard and that youth matter and adults see that as much as we do.
Don't be afraid of uncomfortable conversations. No. Don't be afraid of doing things that you can control in your little world, because that makes a big difference.
The Levine Center it's a very honorable mission to try to eliminate hate in all of its forms. And so we need the help financially to help us to fund programs. If you don't have enough money to do that, you can lend us your mind share, your expertise, or even just to help out during a program.
The police were literally building a perimeter, a physical perimeter between the black neighborhood and downtown. So the goal here was to protect the white downtown, to protect Capitol.
Is eliminating hate and eliminating bias in our society productive for us? If you believe that, and you have the ability to contribute, whether it's time, energy, or money, then it's something you should get behind.
When I was a white nationalist skinhead, everything I did was meant to provoke hostility from people. It was meant to cultivate hatred in the world around me.
And I think there is a certain loneliness that people feel today, where they're not able to maintain friendships where they otherwise would have with people that they might disagree with. And so I think the programs of the Levine Center are very much about building bridges, and if that's something that you care about as a funder, then we're a worthy cause.
In Rekindle, we were really deep into different situations that we all experience. Another person's suffering could affect us in ways we don't recognize, and learning like what's going on overseas and how it affects Jewish people who are here in America. And hearing them talk about the state that they live in fear or uncertainty.
Love is an action. It is not a thought. It's not a like on Facebook. It's not a heart on Instagram. It's about what are you doing to bring more love into the world through your actions.
It's a broad mission, but it's very creative, it's very flexible. It allows for participation from virtually every segment of our community. And in the end, everybody benefits from a united Rochester.
We can't do this work alone, and we need partners in doing the work. This is why we're calling on Civic Rochester. It's why we're calling on our leaders. We're looking toward organizations to partner with. We're looking at businesses and corporations that can support our work, because it really is going to take more than a village. It's going to take the entire city.